So there are 3 equivalent units here. So how many, if all, oh my heavens, 3/4 of the class did not write down my picket fence. Why would I draw it on the board if I didn't want you to draw it? Why? Why? Tell me. What? We went along with the story. Now, so the more formal definition, if all work had been done on finished units, how many units would be completed? Okay. So if all work was done on completed units, how many would be done? If all work is done on completed units, how many would have been done? Okay? You got that definition written down?
Negative.
Negative, I can see that.
Say that again.
If all work had been done on finished units, how many would have been done? Okay? So I'm glad you caught me and made me talk about that because this is kind of important. If you look on the next page, I give you the steps to do process costing. And just like the steps to do an activity-based costing, this, I'm not going to ask you what's step number 3 on a test. Will not. Okay? So this is just there to kind of help you have a roadmap for where we're going to go. Okay? Let's go to BG Whip Company, if you would, please. BG Whip. Absolutely. See page 88.
So there was nothing new on there?
Correct.
I just wanted to make sure.
See page 88. You're welcome. I think I'm getting the page number right, am I not?
Yeah.
It's page 88? Okay. See page 88. What? BG Whip. What page? 145. You ought to check out watching yourself, a video of yourself drinking. It's just, it's always awkward watching yourself on video, but, watching yourself drinking is very, particularly unexciting. BG Whip Company manufactures and sells buggy whips as novelty items. A continuous flow of production operation is necessary to satisfy demand. The company is relatively new, and the accountant hired last month worked only for a job order manufacturing cost company before this position. The accountant is familiar with what costs to accumulate for product cost, another yawn, but is having difficulty determining the amount of output for the month so that unit costs can be computed. Below are some notes the accountant has gathered to help determine the output for the last process center in the manufacturing process. So that last sentence, did you get all that? That was fast. I was on a roll. That last sentence is pretty important because it does, well, not too important, but it does tell us which it's the last processing center on the whole thing. And so it tells us a little bit about units. What's going to happen? For all these problems, we're going to have 2 T accounts. We're going to have work in process units and work in process dollars. And so think of them as kind of parallel worlds, if you will, where we got units in one T account, dollars in the other. And actually, we've only got units here, so we're going to fill in the units. And then we're also going to keep track of, over here to the left, notice what I do. Just to the left of the T account, I've got CC. Just to the left of that, I have DM. What's DM stand for? Chance, what do you think DM stands for? Direct materials. Brandon, do you have a guess as to what CC stands for? It's not closed caption. We defined it probably on the first day of class, second day of class, that first Thursday, the first Thursday. Anybody know? Not calculate costs. Anybody? But you know because you watched the video. Yes, sir. Conversion costs. Yes. How do we calculate conversion costs? Anybody know? Jackie? You don't know?
No, I didn't write it down.
You didn't write it down. Do you know? How? Outstanding. What page are you looking at? Page 10. That was a long time ago. Sucks that you have to remember that stuff. So, Direct materials, direct labor, manufacturing overhead. So we need that. So this is how we're going to set up this problem. First thing we're going to do is put all these numbers, kind of slap them all into the T accounts, right? 2,000 units were in beginning inventory. Kaylee, where do you think that goes? Debit side or credit side? Top, middle, bottom? Top. 2,000. Okay. 9,000 units were transferred in from the preceding process center. Whitney, where does that go? Because it's... Does it? But you were smart enough to be observant enough to get it. So the in goes on the debit side above the line, right? And the out, Austin, would you agree that's where the 7,700 goes? Whatever you say, Dr. Fessler. Mike, have you figured out what the missing number is? Mr. McKee? You're not McKee. He's McKee. Sorry. You're Michael, last name. He's Mr. McKee. Mr. McKee? And man, did you all coordinate?
Yes.
Look at that. Three red shirts in a row. Sir, I need a number.
3,300.
Are you asking me or telling me?
I was trying to calculate it on the spot. So.
Well, you got a calculator. Okay, there's that. And so we did the sock and shoe to make that happen, right? Did sock and shoe to make that happen. And so both beginning and ending work in process had all material added. If you look at that sentence, that's important. Both beginning and ending inventory work, both beginning and ending work in process had all material added, which means they were 100% complete with respect to direct materials. 100% complete with respect to direct materials, okay? Conversion was 60% complete on beginning work in process, so we'll put 60% there. But only 1/3 complete on the ending inventory, so we'll put 1/3 there. And we like 1/3 there because it makes this math come out even. Rather than doing a percentage, rather than converting it to a decimal place, if you leave it as a fraction, then that makes all this come out even and nice and beautiful and perfect. Now, let's look at the required. Prepare a schedule for the new accountant showing the amount of production for the period in the department. Use both the weighted average and FIFO methods. Now, good news. Maybe even great news. That's not worthy of a yawn. It is, the good news is you do not have to do the FIFO method. Okay? You only have to do the weighted average method. Okay? And so every problem in the handy handouts asks for both. And the solutions on Blackboard show the answers for both. But you are only expected to know weighted average. Okay? Are you okay with that?